welcome to my channel. And I am Stephanie, and this is going to be massive. This is going to be huge. This is the week 2 of August the 5th through the 11th wrap up. As I said, this is going to be humongous. This week, or last week, I read 16 books. 16 books! Amazing. I had already read 7 books by Tuesday of last week, and it just kept going from there. Now, granted, most of them are audiobooks, but still, oh my goodness, you would think that I was connected to my Audible like all week long, which I actually wasn't, surprisingly. These are a whole bunch of short stories, but I'm going to give them each their own individual review and let you know what went on last week. So to start off the week, I read her Purrfect Match, PDA number 3 by Millie Tyndall. This is a PNR, or paranormal romance. I give it 4 stars. I listened to it on audiobook. This book follows Alyssa and Garrison, who is a tiger shifter, and this is part of the Paranormal Dating Agencies series by Millie Tyndall, and I really enjoyed this one. It gave me a new aspect to the dating series that she has going on, and it was just really entertaining. The next book was Curve 'em Right, PDA number 4 by Millie Tyndall, and I gave this one, it's PNR as well, gave this one 4 stars. Listened to it on audiobook, and this one follows another triad looking for their third, and it has Danny, Kane, and Blake, and they are wolf shifters. Next was Tall, Dark, and Panther, which is a PDA number 5 by Millie Tyndall, PNR as well, and gave this one 4 stars, listened to it on audiobook, and this one has Maya and Noah, who is a panther, and this one has a little something special in it, and I really enjoyed that special aspect to it. The next was The Alion King, PDA number 6 by Millie Tyndall, Paranormal Romance. Again, gave this one 4 stars as well. Audiobook, and this one takes us to a new world. Oh my goodness, I loved that aspect. Didn't think that Millie had something new in it for me, but she surely did with this one. The next was There's No Escape. I actually think it's supposed to be There's No Escape. Not exactly sure, but this is PDA number 7 by Millie Tyndall. You can see on the cover what the actual name is. It is PNR as well. Gave this one 4 stars. Audiobook, and this one follows Charlotte, Bex, Eros, and they are a special breed of wolf shifter. Woo! So good. So good. Loved it. Very new aspect to it. Then I finished Someone Else's Ocean by Kate Stewart. This is a contemporary. I give this book 4.5 to 5 stars. I read it as an arc, and this book follows Cody and Ian, and Cody has went to this island that she grew up on. Her family owns a house there, and her next door neighbor, who she met when she was a child, decides to come back after he gets some very troubling news. So Ian is troubled, and Cody has come back to the island after being troubled. They work through their issues together and independently, and it's just a beautiful second chance love story, and it gives you all the emotions, and it was just, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. The next was Scale Her Dragon, PDA number 8 by Millie Tyndall, and this is PNR as well. We are back in that new world, finding out new things. I give this one a 4.4 stars, and I listened to it on audiobook. This one follows Becca and Victor. Victor is, if you haven't figured out, a dragon shifter. Yes! It was so awesome. He is dying, and he needs to find his mate, and she is looking for a family. Yes. Love the new aspect. The next was In the Roar, PDA number 9 by Millie Tyndall. This is PNR as well. I give this one 4 stars. Listen to it on audiobook. This one follows Carell and Alva. I believe her name is. So Carell comes to Earth from that special world that we were introduced to. He is actually the head security person for a Lynx from PDA number 6, and he comes to Earth to find a mate, but then is called back because his mother has some issues and she needs his assistance. I love this new aspect of tying in family and what to do right, a mother's love, and everything like that. Then I read Scrooge Me Hard, PDA number 9.5, which is a short novella. You cannot read this one by itself. It gives you check-ins on all the other people that have been already introduced for the most part, as well as giving you sort of the story of a shifter couple that was already together, but then had to split apart for reasons that you find out in this quick short story. I give this one a 3.5 to 4 stars because it was a short story and it was okay, but it was a short story. The next book that I read was Misadventures of the First Daughter by Meredith Wild and Mia Michelle. I place this in erotica. Give this book 3.5 to 4 stars. I listened to it on audiobook, and this book follows Charlotte and Zane. Charlotte is the first daughter, and Zane is part of her protective duty. Yeah. Fun things happen, and it's definitely erotic. It dabbles into BDSM, and it's nice and hot and steamy. It was very nice, very nice. Great listen, very quick, and well worth it. Well worth it. Next book I read was Misadventures on the Night Shift by Rowe. I placed this in erotica as well. I only give this one 3 stars. I listened to it on audiobook. This book started out well for me. It started out with the premise that Abby, who is a night shift worker at a hotel, all of a sudden has to cater to Lucas, who is this rock star that has a meltdown on stage and has to stay in the penthouse of her hotel. She reads him the riot act when he comes in, tries to smoke a cigarette in the lobby, and things from there kind of go. It had uprising, to be something real hot and heavy and good, but then some twists started coming and it got a little heavy for me, took me out of the erotic state, and was just like, okay. Yeah. Next thing I read was All Kitten Aside, PDA number 11 by Millie Tyndall, and this is a PNR as well. Gave this one 4 stars. Listened to it on audiobook, and this one follows Kaysen, who is a wolf shifter, and Miranda, also known as Andy, who is a lioness shifter. And this is our first sort of interaction of cross breeding, I guess. Cross species, cross animal. So I had high hopes for this, but for some reason or another, Millie had changed, or maybe it was the book company, production company, what have you, but they changed the narrator, and the narrator for this one was a male, and his voice really kind of grated on me, and I was like, I'm going to push through, and see where this goes. In the end, I did enjoy the back and forth between the two of them, how both of them needed to be strong because they were both alphas, and, they had to learn to work together. I did enjoy that, so that's why I gave it 4 stars. The next book I read was The Perfect Illusion by Winter Renshaw, and I placed this in contemporary. Gave this one 4 stars. I listened to it on audiobook. This book follows Mari and Hudson. Mari is working for Hudson. Hudson is this huge architectural guru, millionaire guy, and he has a family that is wanting him to get married and trying to pair him off with this evil wench of a woman. So this is where Mari comes in, and Mari wants to quit because he is such a douche to her at work. But as they get to know each other, they get to know the real them, and they have to put on this illusion that they are getting married. But what might happen in the end, you may not see coming. So I enjoyed that one a lot. The next book I read was Oh My Lord, PDA number 12 by Millie Tyndall. PNR, and I DNF this book at 45%. This book, I don't even remember who the characters were. It had the same male narrator, and it was absolutely horrible. The male characters came off as just bleh. I found nothing good about them at all whatsoever. I think that the male characters are shifters, and they have a special connection. They're not related by blood, but they have a special connection or something like that. They're like best friends. But I couldn't tell you their names. I couldn't tell you her name. And yeah, very forgettable. Now, does this mean that I'm going to stop reading Millie Tyndall's books? No, it does not. I will be going out and looking for other audiobooks that she has in the romance package. I enjoyed her writing. The next book I listened to was Sexiest Man Alive, book number 1 by M. Clarke. I placed this in contemporary. I only give it 3 stars. Listen to it on audiobook, as I said. This book follows Nathan and Olivia. You meet Nathan and Olivia when Nathan is about to propose to Olivia, but then Olivia turns him down because she wants to pursue her career. And from there, you get their back and forth of their different journeys, and it just got kind of annoying with their back and forth and what they were doing independently and the triangle square thing that they had going on. The only reason that I'm like, I need to get to the next book is because that ending was off the chain. I was like, what? And I posted to Instagram the face that I had as I ended that book, because I was like, what? I'm gonna need to know what happens. Then the final book that I read last week was Blood Cure, Blood Type number 3 by K.A. Linde, and I am so happy. This is a PNR, Paranormal Romance. I am so happy I got to read this book as an advanced copy, and I got to finish this conclusion, because book number 2 left me just all sorts of what is going on, and this one was the perfect conclusion to all that angst and craziness that was going on. I can't give too much away, because then I would give you spoilers for the last book and also this book. So this one, you still continue on with Raina, and you get to see her become such a strong character. I didn't say it, but I give this book 5 stars if you haven't figured it out. I really enjoyed this book. Loved it. Was just like devoured it. I think it took me like 2 days to read this book. It was amazing for me. I loved the ride. I loved all of the angst that was in it. I loved all the twists and the turns. And yes, this was my first PNR series from K.A. Linde that I've read. I've read her other sort of angsty contemporaries, and this, I look forward to reading more PNR from her. Yes, because obviously her writing style just sort of flows over into all of her writing attributes, and I really enjoy her writing. So that was so wild and crazy. That was 16 books. Hopefully I didn't bore you guys at any point, and you will go out and read some of those books. If you've read some of those books, let me know what you think of them down in the comments section. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, there is a feedback form down in the description box so you guys can help me improve my channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys later.